U.S. House passed its first piece of legislation aimed at illegal immigration. The Laken Riley Act is named after a nursing student in Georgia who was murdered last year by an undocumented immigrant. But many activists are alarmed by the language included in the bill, which would force the Department of Homeland Security to take undocumented immigrants into custody if they are arrested for certain nonviolent offenses. Joining me now is the Hill staff writer, Raphael Bernal, with more on the bill. Raphael, thanks so much. This bill is going to be the first of the 119th Congress that addresses immigration. What is included in this law?
Yeah, thanks for having me. It sends a strong message, obviously, starting with Laken Riley, this case that was a very important part of the Republican case on the border and immigration. One of the major issues that immigration have with this law is it allows states to sue the federal government over a series of immigration enforcement issues that each state may see. This including, for instance, a state could sue the federal government for issuing visas to a country that has refused to take back any deportee. So it could essentially turn over federal immigration policy to the hands of states that may have a very different view of immigration, whether it is, a Republican or Democratic administration at the federal level or for each state.
The bill would require Homeland Security to take any migrant who has been charged with a crime like theft into custody. Immigrants' rights groups say this is a dangerous precedent. Can you explain what their argument here is?
Well, it's sort of a twofold thing. Any larceny-related accusation, not necessarily a conviction, would force DHS to take these migrants into custody or these immigrants into custody. It's a twofold problem. Basically, on one hand, it prevents immigrants from having a bond hearing. An immigrant who is currently detained can have a bond hearing and prove to a judge that they're not going to run away, that they're going to show up for their court date, that they don't pose a danger to society, and that obviously there's a savings. And then the other side of it goes back again to it takes away from the federal government the ability to implement its own immigration policy as it sees fit.